on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go!
They'll run with his second-year man from ASU, Kalen Balaj. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. Now Trubisky to throw. Going to let one fly for Robinson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll run here with Balaj. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On second and 11 now. Trubisky, and he fires one incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
56. Mike, 56, right there. Go! Here we go. Mike, 56. Mike's 56. Pick me up. Here we go. 56. Check 56.
On third down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26.
A gain of 15.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On the toss, here's Balaj. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14.
Let's bring it.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard. but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Get that ball. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check it out, read. At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey, man, 59!
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Watch alert. Check nickel.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford is complete to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
He's coming, double up. Check 4. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Watch the screen. Pass. S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asked my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. Yeah. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winner side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
20 goons and a ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Come on, 180! Hey, alert!
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing here, Trubisky. He finds Robinson. 11 yards there. First down.
Robinson. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Chicago.
Come on, 180! Lock in. It's going to be a long day. Let's go.
Now Ballage. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Alert! Hey, dude! Mike 51!
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky completes it to Hardman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Ballage. And a solid run down inside the 30. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's the rookie from Florida Atlantic, Kareth White, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
180. Move. Big stop, let's go.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. The Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky.
Good on. 180.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing before for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Their confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves,
and he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Double right. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Shit.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Target. 25. Check 25. Switch. 58 to Mike. 58.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Check. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
That good for 22 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Mecole Hardman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for our Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check 9, check 9. Bang, bang. White. Bang, bang. Real right, 22.
On 1st down, here's Breida. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. SOS. Kill. What? Twin.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Set. 180. 5. Here we go. Hey, alert 3. Check safety. Check 13. Joker. Check 24.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Right there in the middle. 55. Focus, defense, focus. Check 15. Rush in.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
50-50. Show it up. Say. No. Off. Back. Alert.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Jim. Sponge. No. Kill. Hey, give me radar.
Now Johnson. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Hey, watch it. 32. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Alert 3.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
32.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. A gain there of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Johnson. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Johnson's got it complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Check 3. Alert, 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 alert.
Now Trubisky on first down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, boom, boom. And he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Here's Breda. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. Now it's Breda. Again he finds an opening. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10.
Makes the score Bears 21, Lions 10.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Get ready.
At their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Stop! 180!
What's the run?
Good move.
They're running it.
Grand, up!
56, Mike 56.
Alert!
On first down, Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Here we go.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. From the 30 on second down, Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A 3rd down gain of 19.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Set. Lady.
Check three.
Breida, he'll try the right side. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Six guy. Check six guy. Check the backer. Check the backer. Shift. Watch the shift. Check. Crunch. 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 Watch the edge. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And some room to run now. The 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, twisting away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Mike Daniels, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Lock in. Mike 56. Hey, Charlie. Big air. Motion. Alert flare. Hey, ball. 56.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, turn it out. Watch the safety creep. Check nickel. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They run again with Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 9.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down. 4 down. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 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 Twist.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Slam, slam, slam. Wide, get wide. Mark 55, Mark 55.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. He completes it to Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. Check.
This is Breida. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Watch the slant. Deuce. Check 50, check 7.
On 3rd down, Johnson. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football on the running play and stopped them short of a 1st down.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Lock in, lock in. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Topper!
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They run it with Balaj. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0.
Yeah, Mike, 58, right there. I got him. Slam. Under 10, 10.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford, open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
58's the mic. Come on, D. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. Easy alert. 58, right over there. Yeah. Easy alert. Go. Check. Check 9.
To throw is Stafford. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Watch the slant.
Toss play to Balaj. And some space here. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
180.
Right back to him on 1st down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
This is caught, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Bears push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd down, it's Johnson, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The first down carry here for Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use it as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. This one into the hands of Burton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bears, the win gets them back to 500 at 6.